Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have 2 wars left in the season 35, and I for one can't wait for it to be over. New Nation had a horrible start of the season. We have pulled ourselves together. At this point I think we're about 7th in the global leaderboard, but this season just can't come to an end quickly enough. Either way, New Nation's taking on Jedi Assassins, obviously very strong, very good alliance. And this is going to be a rough war for us. So this time around, I'm going to be using Archangel, Nimrod, and CGR. Right, so we're going to start on path 9, as pretty much always these days. And then we're going to do path 6, kind of. And we do have a mini-boss fight this time around as well. Right, so I'm going to be boosting up here, obviously, pretty much as heavy as I can. I don't have any 20% health boost, so I'm going to slide in here in the war boosts and activate one of these. That's like the biggest health boost that I have at the moment. We did have greater cosmic power boosts in the store when the war started, I think, or just before that. So I did stock up on those. I had a couple of them in overflow as well. I used them a lot because seemingly almost every single war this season, or maybe, you know, minus 1 or 2 wars, I have been bringing in CGR especially and doing this path 9. So here again the strategy is very simple. Parry, heavy, get in there, finish a combo with a light, finish a combo with a medium, and job's done. Pretty much. Right. Except this time around, we can see that I don't quite get 3 bars of power, and I'm actually going to hit a heavy attack, but that's quite fine because we already did drop the level 2. He had a ton of armor breaks, everything else. So as soon as I drop my level 3, the fight is going to be indeed over because CGR reasons and CGR damage. So yeah, that is all she wrote right there. Then the next fight that I have to tackle is this weapon flex right here, rank 3, awakened Wolverine weapon X, and also hazard shift, insult to injury. Insult to injury doesn't really matter because Nimrod's ability accuracy cannot be reduced on this node, but obviously indestructible thing does. And I also kind of half expected to eat some hits in this fight because when you do have to wait out that timer against Wolverine Weapon X, it's kind of hard to keep him at bay because his AI is super aggressive if he has entered, you know, his rage mode or whatever it's called. So here we can see that I do miss a couple of parries as well, so I only got to like 8 of those armor ups there. Here, as soon as the poison phase starts, I can start hitting the guy, nullifying his regenerations, inflicting shock damage, but obviously then I have to keep an eye on his charges. As soon as he hits 25, he goes unblockable and unstoppable, and now I need to wait it out. And here, he's gonna wail on me a little bit, but obviously Nimrod being Nimrod, he doesn't really care too much about it. And here, I'm just gonna drop my level 2 in that incinerate phase, and that finishes the job. As I said, I kind of expected to eat a few hits. I also knew that Nimrod is not going to care too much for it. Now I have this footloose domino fight over here, kinetic transference, footloose, domino. CGR obviously will not have much problem with, sorry, not CGR, Nimrod will not have much problem with this fight either. You just need to be slightly bit patient, and that's it. We cannot reduce domino's ability accuracy, not that Nimrod does it anyways. I did have Magneto House of X pre-fight here placed for me. I didn't really want her to use that level 1 here, but she did. It's fine, we're just gonna wait out the unstoppable and the evade. It's all good. Now I am at 8 charges. I just basically need to make it to my level 2 and the fight will be over. So I push her to level 2. Now I just want her to use that. If she uses it whilst I'm in Blitz protocol, she's gonna get power drained after that. So it's gonna be easier time controlling the kinetic transference and her going lucky. And here we can see that I'm very close to 2 bars of power. And I just need to get in one more parry basically. I did get that one. She didn't go lucky. I used my level 2, and that level 2 is enough. Marshmallow Man easily shreds that domino. Now, here, it was that situation where I could take the fight with Archangel, or my teammate could take the fight with Omega Red, but he also had the White Magneto pre-fight that he placed on this Black Cat. And so he opted for taking that fight. I kind of wanted that because I haven't been doing too many fights this season, but it's all right. So he did that Black Cat fight on path 6, and then I just have to deal with this Apocalypse, and obviously I do have Nimrod. It's a rank 4 apocalypse, but we don't really care because we do have a rank 4 6-200 Nimrod. He can go unblockable here when he gets all of his, well, if he gets up to 3 prowesses, I think, but obviously Nimrod is just gonna take a very good and quick care of those. So here we can see I switched to Blitz protocol, remove his prowesses. I have parried twice and now 3 times, so I do have some disorients. Against mutant champions, disorients do not reduce Nimrod's ability accuracy because it cannot be reduced against mutants. Then I just eat that level 2 on the block. He gained 3 prowesses, but we nullified all of that. I'm at level 2, and that's pretty much all she wrote. And I'm running half a recoil tree, so I'm running liquid courage. No, I'm running double edge, no liquid courage. And even with that, the fight is over here. And then I have a last fight over here against Bishop. Now, technically, I was meant to wait for Magnesia House of X pre-fight to be placed for me, which would increase Archangel's ability accuracy. This let me place more Neuros. But I was already fully boosted. And I'm going to activate an Indestructible 3 boost for this Bishop fight as well. So I was fairly confident. And also in my head, it made more sense to do this fight now than let it linger till later on in the day and just be something on my mind constantly. So I had done this fight before quite a while ago, but I still felt confident enough. As I said, I'm going to use Indestructible 3 boost. And here we go. Let's deal with that Bishop. It's only a rank 3 Bishop as well. If it was a rank 4 Bishop, I probably would have waited for that pre-fight. But with the rank 3 Bishop, we should be able to nip him down quickly enough. So as we can see, initially he does do some damage for us, but once we apply enough neurotoxins, he's going to stop generating prowess, and we're not going to be doing not going to be taking any more damage. Now there, I did make a slight mistake. Luckily, I did not get punished for it. But if I did, then Indestructible 3 boost would kind of deal with that. Here he does use his level 1, which again, I don't particularly care at this point because he had like 5 Neuros on, so he doesn't get his Incinerate thing active. Here, unfortunately, he didn't tap my block quickly enough, and here I use my level 1 and I get 0 Neurotoxins. And at this point, it kind of got slightly worrisome, but it's fine. I, comboed in level 1 and he was nearly down, and he did go down indeed. I did lose some health from Bishops. I don't even know how that passive damage is called, but from Bishop being Bishop. But the fight went well enough, about as I expected it, more or less. And then we did finish our BG with no deaths. We actually won our BG because the gore that I recently pulled, I took him to rank 3, and somebody from Jedi Assassins did actually die to that gore specifically. So I was quite happy with that rank up because I kind of ranked him up specifically like in time to place for this war as well. And he did get a kill, so that's cool. Unfortunately, as far as the rest of the war is concerned, we are currently losing on time and by 1 death. The score is like 2-3. We are ahead in exploration. We only have a very few fights left. They have a few more fights left, but not that many. And for us to win, they would have to die twice, which is quite unlikely. So we'll see how the war turns out at the end. But, it doesn't look too great for us. As I said, it's still happening throughout the day. But that's pretty much it for this war. We only have 1 more left, and I can't wait for the season rewards because I think if we finish in Masters Top 10, then on Wednesday I can take a new champion up to rank 4, which is something that I'm definitely eagerly waiting for. And obviously more 6-star shards to open the new featured 6-star crystal, try and get Hulkling and Scorpion. All of that is quite awesome. So that's it for this war, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the good buttons, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about